You need to be inwardly delivered from the compulsion to impress yourself by writing. I have to write nicely. It must impress me or others. If these compulsions are there, you will produce artificially good thoughts. It may look good, but it will never be a blessing. I mentioned Abraham had two sons, Ishmael, Isaac. Ishmael was the product of Abraham's strength. When he could not produce, Isaac was given by God. The promises of God were inherited by Isaac only, not by Ishmael. Thoughts are like Ishmael's. We can produce very good thoughts. In appearance, it looks good. Great people have produced great thoughts. We can only talk about them, repeat them. It may produce some morality, but it will not change the person. When you listen to the Spirit and you receive from Him, you will know the difference. That creates movements in life, changes in life. You have noticed that you have read Bible many times, you produce thoughts. It remains as good thoughts. You teach them. The congregation listens, nothing happens. It's your willingness, openness. In a church in Andhra, the Sunday service was happening. A young Reddy, Brahmin, just wanted to see what is happening in the church. So he came into the church. So he didn't want to be noticed. He was standing behind a pillar and watching. That day's message was Man Behind the Pillar, about Samson. When the message was almost half, this man began to tremble, ran forward, fell at the altar, surrendered his life to Jesus. He became an evangelist in the area later. When I heard the story, I was asking myself, what happened to the congregation? They would have looked at the watch, why this man is not finishing. Or they would have said, I have heard it so many times. It doesn't move them. For them, it's only a thought. For that man, it's a revelation. This is the difference. In Job, we read, it's only a whisper, but it can become a thunder. Provided you listen, provided you receive. One person was telling, he was taking Bible study for students. First John's Gospel, finished 15 verses and was going to proceed further. Immediately one student, teacher, that word spoke to me. And then they had to wait there and discuss further. There is prayer. Then another says, that word spoke to me. To finish that 15 verses, it took a day. Because they are listening now. They are listening. They are not hearing. When you listen to the word, read, oh, that story I know. And that's from Old Testament. Immediately a response comes like that. It fizzles out. It's word of God. Let me listen. Similarly, when you open the Bible and read, you will want to look above and below and then produce a story. That's why listening to the word is important. You close the Bible after reading and only read that passage. Otherwise, the tendency will be to produce good thoughts. That is why when you write, many of you are not able to go beyond your thought process, thinking process, and receive something for your life. In the meditation you wrote, what do you think is very personal for you? Usually what we write is general statements. You find that today when you wrote, is there anything personal? If you have written, you read it. Don't force yourself.